The Sandiganbayan dismisses the plunder case against former Agriculture Undersecretary Joc-joc Bolante, who had been accused of being a key player in the 723 million peso fertilizer fund scam. Sandigan Associate Justices Samuel Martires, Michael Frederick Musni, and Geraldine Faith Ekong affirmed initial findings 2 years ago that there was no evidence against Bolante and other defendants in the case. The Office of the Ombudsman filed the plunder case back in 2011, saying it had strong evidence that would shock the world. The Ombudsman was later allowed to amend the original information it filed to strengthen its case. One of the defendants, Jose Barredo Jr., turned state witness. President Rodrigo Duterte assures the public he is not in cahoots with drug lords when he ordered the reinstatement of Superintendent Marvin Marcos.
I guarantee you there was nothing wrong with it, but I was just trying to figure out something there. Hindi ko kasi malaman kung talagang a network or just the work of one or two policemen. So I have to study more. There was nothing to it. Huwag kayong matakot. I do not receive drug money. Sus Mariosep.
Duterte's statement comes after critics Senator Laila de Lima and Antonio Trillanes claimed the president's order to keep Marcos in his post proves his motives are dubious. Marcos has been linked to the drug trade. De Lima even accused Duterte of being the country's top drug lord, despite his administration's controversial campaign against illegal drugs. Detained drug trafficker Kerwin Espinosa implicates Marcos as a drug lord protector. Police Chief Ronald De La Rosa said he had relieved Marcos from his post but was reinstated the same day on Duterte's orders. Duterte said he was observing the policeman's movements as part of an investigation. Leaders of the House of Representatives filed a third ethics complaint against Senator Laila de Lima for advising her former driver bodyguard and ex-boyfriend Ronnie Dayan not to appear before the congressional probe into the illegal drug trade in the New Bilibid prison. House Justice Committee Chairman Reynaldo Umali Jr. personally lodged the complaint Monday at the Senate.
It's about the unethical conduct of Senator De Lima in violating a law, violating the rules of Congress, and violating her oath as a public officer.
The House leaders argued De Lima violated Article 150 of the revised Penal Code when she advised Dayan, also her alleged bagman, to snub the congressional hearing. The law penalizes any person who shall restrain another from attending as a witness or who shall induce disobedience to a summon or refusal to be sworn by any such body or official. They also alleged that De Lima violated Congress's rule governing inquiries in aid of legislation for her undue interference in the conduct of the proceedings. The Senate Committee on Ethics and Privileges says it will act on the complaint lodged by the House. Senator Tito Soto says the allegations were committed during her term as a senator. Senator Ping Lacson says De Lima violated laws and rules when she advised Dayan to skip the hearings. Under Senate rules, the chamber may censure, suspend, or expel a member with a 2/3 vote of all senators. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP says this Christmas season renewed the sense of confidence in Filipino consumers. A survey released by the BSP shows overall confidence index or CI rose to a new all-time high or 9.2% for the fourth quarter from 2.5% for the third quarter 2016. The main reasons for respondents' optimism were policies such as the promise to stop employment contractualization and the expectation of higher salaries and more available jobs. A report released last October by the Labor Department showed 10,532 workers have been regularized by 195 employers. A July report by the National Economic and Development Authority also shows employment hit its highest point since 2011. But confidence for 2017 as a whole also weakened to 33.4% from 43.8%. The commonly cited reasons for the decrease in optimism were the expected higher inflation, continued extrajudicial killings, lower income, an unstable market, and fewer foreign investors. Scientists warn the decade-long surge of methane threatens to make the fight against global warming even harder. In the study published in the Earth System Science Data Report, the concentration of methane in the air climbed 10 times more quickly the following decade after rising slowly from 2000 to 2006. The unexpected and largely unexplained increase was especially sharp in 2014 and 2015. The study also says keeping global warming below 2 degrees Celsius or 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit is a challenging target. This range was set in the COP21 Paris Climate Pact, which entered into force last month. The world has seen an uptick in extreme weather, including droughts, superstorms, heat waves, and coastal flooding boosted by rising seas. On current trends, average global temperatures are on track to jump by more than 3 degrees Celsius or 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit by 2100s, even if national carbon cutting pledges annexed to the Paris Agreement are honored. Without those pledges, the increase would be much higher.